wondered how the music we love today found their way into our lives, or how the very first melody was created? Join me on this musical journey as we explore the history of music, peeling back the layers to reveal the stories and mysteries behind the beats that have echoed through ages. Let's journey together into the origins of music, discovering the enchanting tales that have shaped our experience. Before diving into the history of music, let's first understand what music really is. Music, it is a beautiful art form and a way different cultures express themselves. Imagine musicians using their voices, instruments and cool sounds to create something awesome, like a song. Music is everywhere. It's not just for making us feel good, it's been there for ages. Even the soldiers used musical rhythms played on drums to communicate on battlefield for thousands of years. Crazy, right? So now with that being said, let's go back in time to know the history of music. Determining when music originated is challenging, but archaeological evidence indicates that humans used musical instruments at least 40,000 years ago. Because organic materials like wood and bone can biodegrade over time, it is possible that older instruments existed, despite there being no remaining evidence. An artifact in Slovenia provides some clues about the history of music. In 1995, researchers discovered a beer femur bone with holes in it and posted that it might be an ancient flute. Still, it's unclear whether the holes were naturally created or found by a human. Journeying back to the earliest human societies, music likely played a vital role. Even in its most basic form, it held a crucial place in people's heart. At that time, our ancestors may have initiated musical expressions by mimicking nature's sounds, possibly in religious ceremony or for recreational purposes. The human voice, the original instrument, may have given birth to the earliest musical tones, though archaeological findings suggest some ancient flutes dating back to 35,000 years, giving us a hint at early experimentation with musical instruments. Traces of music even reach back to the Neanderthal period, where the world's oldest instrument lies, the Neanderthal flute. Crafted from a cave's via thigh bone 60,000 years ago, challenges perception. Fast forwarding to Mesopotamia, Oxus trumpet created around 2000 BC and asked harps dating to the 3rd millennium unreveals ancient melodies, collaborating with drummers, vocalists and wind players. Archaeological evidences also suggest that music was in fact an important part in ancient Egypt and ancient Greece. They embraced music as an integral part of their daily life, rituals and for commemorating the departed. The KAILASH epitaph is an ancient Greek musical composition from the 1st century CE, inscribed on a marble column at a gravesite in Turkey, showcasing the significance of music in those civilizations. Now, let's tackle the timeless question that still arises. Who sang the first song, or whistled the first tune, or made the first rhythmic sound that resembled what we know today as music? Though we may never pinpoint its origin, but researchers do know that it happened thousands of years ago. Early civilization of Asia, Africa, and Europe believed that music was a divine creation, a gift from gods themselves. Many stories and art depicts gods and goddesses associated with music, like the African god Ayan, a drummer, the Greek god Apollo playing the lyre, and the Indian god Lord Krishna playing the flute. Also in the books of Genesis, Jubal, a descendant of Adam, is identified as the father of harp and flute. Our journey takes us worldwide. In Japan, ancient stones and clay vessels created around 6,000 years ago, thought to be emitting magical tones and were used in religious rituals. Meanwhile, across the seas in China, pottery bells held their musical beginnings over 4,000 years past, potentially paving the way for majestical bronze bells of later eras. Traveling west to Greece, instruments like the kotel were played 2000 years ago. The Greeks also used finger cymbals and frame drums, similar to those used in the present day schools. Entering the medieval and Byzantine periods, we witnessed the evolution of music. The Middle Ages saw the spread of Black Death and Christian Crusades. The Catholic Church wielded influence, and musicians produced works for both these groups in the Middle Ages as a form of worship or entertainment. By 800 CE, many songs were recorded with the notation still legible today. Medieval Christian churches used monophonic chants as part of their worship rituals, including Catholic Mass. A German nun, Hildegard of Bingen, was also known as a composer from the Middle Ages, who created songs that none could sing during religious worships. Our exploration of musical history takes a captivating turn as we uncover the secrets of oldest known song in the world, the Hurrian Hymn. Dating back to 13th century BC, this hymn is concerned with promoting fertility and making offerings to the moon goddess Nikkel. The tablet was found at an ancient Ugrit site which was 1 kilometer away from the Syrian coast. The original tablet is now housed in the National Museum of Damascus. Back in the earlier days, when musicians relied on oral traditions for passing melodies from one generation to the next, but everything changed around 1040 CE when Guido of Riso stepped in. Guido introduced the staff notation system, a super cool way for composers to write down multiple melodies at the same time. This groundbreaking idea set the stage for music we love today. Guido didn't stop there, he also paved the way for rhythmic notation methods. This changed how musicians convey their rhythmic elements in their compositions. Even today, we are still using some of Guido's clever ideas in writing music. As time moved forward, music undergoes a significant transformation, using computer software to create mesmerizing melodies. Musicians use these technological tools to create captivating tunes that resonate with the audience worldwide. In the modern era, the internet revolutionizes music industry by providing access to global audience and empowering independent artists to share their work.